DanielJSiegel, Brainstorm, The Power and Purpose of the Teenage Brain. Welcome to the world of teenage brains and Brainstorm, The Power and Purpose of the Teenage Brain, by DanielJSiegel. In this enlightening book summary, readers will dive into the complexities of the adolescent mind, unraveling the rationale behind teenage behavior. Topics explored include the natural inclination of teenagers towards thrill-seeking, the impact of peer pressure, and the changes that occur in the teenage brain. By understanding these concepts, parents and educators can better support adolescents in their growth and development, fostering open communication and empathetic relationships.
Understanding teenage behavior. Adolescence is often considered a perplexing time, marked by changes in attitudes and behaviors toward parents, experimentation, and a desire for independence. However, these shifts are a natural part of teenagers' development, as they prepare for adult life and learn to navigate the world on their own. While some risky situations can arise from this period of growth, understanding the underlying reasons behind teenage actions can help foster healthier relationships and channel their energy positively. Navigating adolescence can be challenging for both parents and teenagers themselves, often leading to frustration and misunderstandings. Gone are the days when children unabashedly admired their parents. Teenagers now find themselves easily embarrassed by their guardians and often overly critical of them. While this may be hurtful or confusing, it is important to view these behaviors from a different perspective. In fact, these criticisms are part of teenagers' efforts to create a healthy emotional distance from their parents, preparing themselves for eventual independence. This newfound self-reliance stems from a natural desire to experience life without the constant support of guardians. Another hallmark of adolescence is the exploration of new experiences and forging connections with peers. These interactions serve as a playground for teenagers as they practice adult life and imagine their futures without parental guidance. This process of self-discovery and experimentation, while challenging for parents to witness, is a vital part of personal development. Acknowledging the need for autonomy during this time is essential. However, this period of growth and adventure comes with its own set of risks, such as reckless actions and dangerous situations. While these concerns are valid, it is crucial to recognize that not all adolescent behaviors are negative. By understanding the reasons behind teenage attitudes and actions, parents and educators can better support this critical stage of growth and foster positive outlets for their energy. Teenage thrills and brain chemistry. Katie, one of the author's teenage therapy patients, was expelled from school after a daring incident involving alcohol at a school party, a mixture of wine and tequila that led to her hospitalization. It is a common belief that teenagers engage in risky behavior due to lack of awareness, but they are, in fact, quite conscious of the potential consequences. However, their thrill-seeking tendencies often overshadow their understanding of risks. This inclination towards excitement is strongly related to the increased levels of dopamine, a hormone associated with pleasure, which is more intensely released in adolescent brains compared to adults. As a result, teenagers tend to pursue thrilling experiences that provide dopamine bursts and may easily overlook the negative implications of their actions, focusing primarily on the positive outcomes they anticipate. The impact of peer pressure. Adolescents are prone to engaging in risky behavior, and this tendency is amplified by the presence of their friends due to their heightened susceptibility to peer pressure. This social disposition can be attributed to a deep-rooted evolutionary drive that compels teenagers to venture away from home, explore new territories, and connect with individuals from different gene pools. While this behavior pattern may result in unfavorable consequences, it can also lead to greater adaptability, and subsequently, better education and job opportunities. Teenagers have a notorious affinity for risk-taking, and their inclination to break the rules significantly increases when they are in the company of friends. This heightened response to peer pressure is a characteristic trait of adolescence, as social engagement takes center stage during this period of an individual's development. A study exploring this phenomenon demonstrated that risky driving strategies were more prevalent among teenagers who participated in a simulated driving experience together as opposed to engaging with the program independently. A real-life example of this occurrence can be seen in the story of Benji, a 13-year-old who, under the influence of his friends, jumped off a 50-foot cliff into the sea. Unfortunately, due to a lack of instructive guidance, Benji sustained a leg injury after hitting the water incorrectly. He later admitted that the pressure from his peers pushed him to make the jump. The roots of this adventurous social behavior can be traced back to our evolutionary background. As young individuals venture outside their family circles, they are naturally inclined to seek new support structures, fostering connections outside their immediate kin group. This instinctual drive is biologically advantageous, as interbreeding with those from different gene pools decreases the likelihood of inbreeding, giving rise to stronger, healthier offspring. Today, this fundamental principle remains relevant, as adolescents who embrace exploration and new experiences tend to meet with success. Such open-minded perspectives make them more adaptable and resilient throughout life, which, in the long term, can lead to improved educational and professional outcomes. Balancing teen thrills and safety. Parenting involves striking a balance between allowing kids to explore life independently and providing necessary guidance. Reckless behavior, such as dangerous driving, is driven by teenagers' cravings for dopamine-releasing thrills. To channel these urges, parents can offer alternative adrenaline-pumping activities, like sports or skateboarding, which serve as safer outlets for thrill-seeking and ultimately result in calmer, more satisfied teens. Some parents prefer a hands-off approach to raising their children, letting them learn life lessons through personal experiences. While autonomy fosters growth, a certain level of parental involvement is crucial. The author recounts the story of a friend's teenage son who was a reckless driver. After crashing into a tree, his parents' response was to buy him a new car, inadvertently teaching their son that there were no real consequences for his dangerous behavior. Later, when the boy caused another accident with severe injuries, it became apparent that parental guidance was needed. A major driving force behind teenagers' risky actions is the pursuit of thrill. Activities that induce dopamine release, such as speeding, naturally draw them in, increasing the likelihood of danger. Parents can step in by offering safer alternatives to risky behaviors that still provide the exhilaration their children crave. For instance, parents can introduce supervised activities with a controlled level of risk that still satisfy a teenager's need for speed. Options like athletics, go-kart racing, or skiing offer fun, excitement, and adrenaline without unnecessary harm. The author shared how he encouraged his son to channel his daredevil nature by taking up skateboarding while wearing protective gear. By providing opportunities for teenagers to engage in exciting, but safer, activities, parents help their children experience the thrill they seek in a controlled environment. In turn, this leads to calmer, more rested teenagers less likely to search for dangerous ways to satisfy their cravings for adrenaline. Unveiling the adolescent brain. Adolescence is a critical period in brain development, characterized by two vital processes, pruning and myelination. During adolescence, the brain discards unneeded neurons, paving the way for greater efficiency in essential neural circuits. The process of myelination enhances this efficiency by speeding up neural communication. It's essential for teenagers to engage in interests during this time, allowing their brains to determine which neurons are most vital for their growth, enabling the development of critical thinking skills. Often misunderstood, adolescents are labeled as lazy, party-going, and reckless. But behind the scenes, their brains are undergoing remarkable growth and transformation. The key to viewing adolescence as a productive period lies in understanding two crucial processes in the brain, pruning and myelination. Pruning involves the brain's trimming of unnecessary neurons and neural connections, known as synapses. This reduction in neurons happens based on prior experiences that the brain deems most critical. For example, when a child develops a strong interest in music, the brain recognizes these skills, maintaining synapses related to music during adolescence. Consequently, Prepuberty interests play a significant role in determining the neurons preserved during this period. Aside from pruning, the brain undergoes myelination. Myelin, a fatty substance, coats neuron membranes, facilitating faster neural communication. Embedding skills learned in childhood with newfound myelination primes the adolescent brain for efficiency, optimizing retained talents and interests. The combination of pruning and myelination helps develop critical thinking skills in adolescence, eventually enabling them to make better decisions and judgments. Meanwhile, engaging in specific interests during adolescence allows the brain to determine essential neuron connections, ultimately contributing to personal growth and learning. In conclusion, it's essential to recognize the transformative power of adolescence rather than dismissing teenagers as irresponsible. By understanding the intricate development happening in their brains, we can foster their growth, encouraging them to shape their lives productively and thoughtfully. Unleashing teenage innovation. Adolescence is a crucial period for the development of innovative thinking, as teenagers gain the ability to comprehend abstract concepts and create their own solutions to problems. This generation will shape the social interactions and structures of the future, much like their impact on the digital revolution. It is important for adults to try to understand and appreciate their passion and curiosity, even when it's challenging, to encourage their natural inclination for innovation instead of stifling it. The journey from childhood to adulthood paves the way for a young person to embrace their individuality and forge their own path. Adolescents are the architects of the future, laying the groundwork for how society will evolve. Their quest for independence and identity often emerges as an inclination to break away from the norms of previous generations. Unlike young children who absorb knowledge passively, teens develop a mental toolkit that includes abstract thinking, self-reflection, and creativity, challenging conventional wisdom as they search for alternative solutions. A prime example of their visionary thinking is the boom of social media platforms, triggered by teenagers capitalizing on the internet's ability to facilitate connections, a phenomenon that's transformed the way we communicate and share information. While parents may struggle to keep up with the rapid pace of change, it's critical to empathize with their teenagers' enthusiasm and embrace their curiosity. The author experienced this firsthand when his son's band experimented with every possible setting on their amplifiers, nearly blowing out the school's windows. Initially, the school wanted to ban them from using the practice room. However, after realizing that the teens were driven by genuine curiosity and a passion for creativity, they were allowed to continue with more appropriate boundaries in place. Understanding the natural desire of teens to innovate offers a unique opportunity to harness their potential, providing support and guidance rather than suppressing their spirited creativity. Encouraging and celebrating their innovative instincts can have a lasting impact on their lives and the world they will help shape. Cultivating empathy through conversation. Adolescence is often a conflicting period characterized by a need for social acceptance and feelings of awkwardness. To support teenagers during this phase, parents can encourage reflective conversations where unfiltered dialogue about thoughts and emotions is exchanged. By talking openly about one's feelings without resorting to rude or aggressive behavior, teenagers can better relate to their peers and learn to express what genuinely matters to them. Reflective conversations can foster empathy in teenagers, a key aspect in developing lasting relationships and understanding others on a deep level. Adolescence can be a challenging time, swamped with the desire for peer acceptance and simultaneous feelings of uncertainty and self-doubt. However, there's hope for teenagers in navigating their relationships. Reflective conversations. Reflective conversations entail speaking openly about thoughts, emotions, dreams, and aspirations without holding back. With honesty and vulnerability, these discussions help teenagers communicate their feelings constructively without aggression or rudeness. As parents, it is crucial to steer these conversations in the right direction, focusing on subjects beyond day-to-day events. Topics such as personal dreams, relationship challenges, and even love and sex can pave the way for deeper connections. By guiding teenagers through these conversations, they can better connect with their peers and find the courage to talk candidly about things that truly matter. Moreover, Engaging in reflective conversations brings a bonus, empathy. Brain studies show that reflective discussions stimulate the development and integration of the prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning, problem-solving, and, to a great extent, empathy. This enables teenagers not only to hear but also to understand the underlying emotions behind the words. By participating in reflective conversations with their parents, teenagers can develop empathy during this critical stage of their lives. Empathy is not only vital for forming lasting relationships but also a commendable trait on its own. As parents and educators, it's our responsibility to nurture and guide teenagers in unlocking their full potential, and reflective conversations can play a significant role in this journey.
As we conclude our journey through Brainstorm, the power and purpose of the teenage brain, it is evident that the teenage years offer profound insights into the world of exploration, risk-taking, and identity formation. By understanding the science behind teenage behavior, fostering open conversations, and guiding adolescents with empathy, parents and educators can tap into the powerful potential of this phase in life. Focusing on honing specific skills before adolescence and providing opportunities for safe, supervised thrills can diminish risks and lead to success and adaptability in life. Recognize the teenage years as a valuable gateway to personal growth and future prosperity, and nurture the unique abilities, desires, and dreams of these innovative and empathetic individuals.